A lot to talk about in the ag marketplace today, and especially as it relates to world events with the ceasefire, with the conflict in Iran taking a pause at least for 2 weeks with that ceasefire. And Ethan Robson of agmarket.net joins me now for the daily market summary. Ethan, what did we see in the reaction in the grain side of the ag marketplace?
Yeah, mixed bag in the grains and oil seeds on the close today. Have May corn down a penny and 3/4, 447 and a quarter. New crop corn down about 2 1/4, 475 and 3/4. Soybeans, impressive day for how they opened last night at the close. Gap lower was in the red. Able to turn around midday. Had May soybeans up 3.5 cents, 11.61. New crop soybeans up a half cent as well, 11.51 there. Wheat market down about 16 to 18 cents across the board.
When you look at the ag marketplace and those ag products that are going to be immediately affected by what happened with the ceasefire, is the one that jumps to mind immediately the soy oil complex? And why then is it seeming to be separated a little bit from soybeans in general here today?
It is, yeah. I actually saw a soybean oil trade limit down early during the overnight session. Was able to claw back this morning from a limit down there. Main reason there is the renewable fuel or biodiesel, seeing soybean oil used for the energy sector, seeing that be tied closely to crude oil and heating oil as well. So that's part of the reason for a little bit of the clawback.
And so now, of course, we begin to think about tomorrow's WASDE report. And we are so close to the planning intentions report, which was at the end of March. So is there going to be much in the way of news making as far as tomorrow's report? Or do you think it's going to be more of just information that we take in stride?
History says this is more just information we take in stride there. Average trade guests aren't expecting anything too crazy there. Ending stocks expected to stay relatively the same for U.S. corn and soybeans. Not expecting too crazy there. It is a USDA report, though, so that can always bring some added volatility. So it's going to be interesting to see how the trade corresponds to that as well with the U.S.-Iran ongoing conflict.
And there's been so many times going into a WASDE report, we think we know what it's going to look like, and it's not necessarily always the case. So we will have to wait and see for tomorrow's release at 11 o'clock. Ethan, let's talk about the other side of the ag marketplace now, the livestock complex. How did the trade look today for cattle and hogs?
Yeah, cattle side, seeing some green on the screen there. That was good to see. Live cattle June up 12.5 points, 245, 92.5. Feeder cattle up about $1 to $2 across the board there. Seeing some spillover from the equity markets. Had equity markets up sharply today. Dow Jones up 1,200 points, up 2% today. S&P and NASDAQ up 2% as well. So just seeing some spillover there into the cattle sector.
And Ethan, when we talk about the grilling demand as we are now well into spring and thinking about the summer season, normally that would be a big boost to the livestock side of the marketplace because of that added demand. But this year going into grilling season, a little bit different landscape with those very high beef prices. Is there any way to project what we might see when it comes to that grilling demand this year and if it will be any different from other years?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how does the consumer respond with high beef demand. And then an added topic too, especially with the energy sector, gas prices being elevated as well, to see if the consumer can and will continue to purchase high-priced beef. As of right now, it looks like everything's a go. Consumer continues to buy the beef. Demand continues to remain strong. So it's going to be interesting to see, like you said, going into grilling season, how the consumer does respond. Friday, have the CPI report trades expecting about 3.4%, up about 1% month over month from 2.4. So it's going to be interesting to see from that aspect.
What's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more marketing information?
Yeah, visit us online, agmarket.net, test our 30-day free intel trial. Give us a call here in Bloomington Normal, 1-800-779-1515.
Ethan Robson, agmarket.net, my guest today for the daily market summary. Thanks so much for the time and have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.